Hello everyone! Have you ever noticed a series of numbers repeating 3 or 4 times in a row? Can be 1111 or 2222. These are known as triple or quadruple patterns, numerical patterns, and they carry mystical meaning that can impact your life. Each sequence at its own message and frequency, guiding you towards self-discovery and growth. My name is Célie Odile and I am here to help people go through their spiritual awakening, living from their hearts. So let's decode today these numerical patterns and unveil the wisdom they carry. It happened to me yesterday. Yeah? When I entered my car, there was a plastic bag on the floor and it had a barcode, and on the barcode was written 8888 right in front of my eyes. Then 1 minute after, while I was driving, a car in front of me cut the line, yeah, and on its license plate it was written 8888. Yeah. So these triple or quadruple sequences of numbers, they are not coincidences. Yeah, they are here to tell you something. It's a little bit like if the universe, your spiritual guides or your angels are trying at that moment to grab your attention, yeah, to make you pay attention to your thoughts and intentions at that precise moment. And anyway, it is always a very harmonic moment that is taking place in your life when you see these number sequences. So it depends a lot on what you are thinking at the moment that you see the number sequences. It's a little bit like a live guidance from the universe, from your guides and angels. Yeah. It depends as well a lot on the meaning that you give to each number. Yeah. So to give you a clear significance of each series of number, of each numbers, I am going to use an explanation given by Drunvalo Melchizedek, which is, in my opinion, the best way to describe the energy linked to each number. So he based himself on the fact that numbers are related to music and to the way that music builds on each note, yeah, with 11 seconds cycle. Yes, music builds each note with an 11 seconds cycle between each note, which means if you begin the first note at 11, the second note will be at 22, and the third note will be at 33, and the next one will be at 44 and 55 and 66, etc. Yeah. So he based himself on that to give us a significant and clear explanation of the energy that are behind each number. When you see 111, it means that you are in the flow, yeah, that it represents a flow of energy. So this energy can be anything. It can be electricity, it can be money, it can be sexual energy, it can be any kind of energy, but it means that you are in the flow, and it's kind of a very positive number. When you see 222, it means that you enter a new cycle. This is the number of the new cycle, the number of the earth, the number of renewal, of rebirth, of a new cycle. Yeah. So the nature of the cycle can depend on the number that you see right after. But usually this new cycle is exactly on what you were thinking about at that moment. When you see 333, it means that you need to make a decision in your life. Yeah. It can be a very important question that you need to answer that is leading to a decision, but you need to make a decision in your life depending one time more on what you were thinking about at that moment. Yeah. When you see 444, 444 is the number of the School of Mysteries, which is the number that you see when you are going through your learning process. When you learn new information on your awakening, on your own evolution, then you can see a 444. For example, when you read a book on that is giving you insights, when you understand something that is clicking, in your mind about your spiritual awakening, then you see a 444. 555 is the highest number. It is the number of oneness, the number of completion of the school of mysteries, the number of a total completion, a perfection of a human being. It is the number of Christ. It is the number of perfection. Yeah? The number of mastery, total mastery. If you see 666, well, we all know that this is the number of the devil. This is the number of the beast, 666, yeah? But actually it's not. It represents the material world. And actually the material world, that's us. That's who we are, a manifestation in the material world. And so we are the six, yeah? We are pure manifestation in the material world, yeah? When you see a 666, consider it as kind of a warning, yeah? When you see 666, it means that the material world is going to interfere in your life right now, yeah? That's what it means, okay? So you can take it as a warning to know that the outside world, the material world, is going to interfere and interact in your life at that moment, yeah? Well, if you see it once, this is a warning. If you see it twice, or 3 times in a row, then you should consider it as a serious warning. And maybe you could consider stopping what you do or changing your line, yeah, of action. I remember it happened to me one time. I was driving on the highway. And I saw a 666. It was on a curtain that was standing next to me from a box, a carton box, yeah, and I saw this 666. And then, I don't know, maybe a minute after, 1 or 2 minutes after, I saw a car coming from behind me, very quick, yeah, too much, too quick, yeah, to keep it steady, and he passed next to me. And when he passed next to me, fortunately I had the time to push myself aside on the road, or I would have had an accident with that car. I don't know if the man was drunk or not or whatever, but the guy was not driving okay, and he came from behind. And actually I am quite happy to have seen this 666 before that, because then I was warned. And so I could pay close and serious attention to what was happening around me, especially driving. Yeah. That if I wouldn't have seen it, maybe I would not have paid attention. So it was a warning that I was very happy to get at that moment. Yeah. 777, when you see that number, it means that you begin to practice and experience what you have learned before about your spiritual life, your spiritual awakening. It means that you are ready to step into action concerning your spiritual life and what you have learned about it before. Yeah. So some people say that this number is the number of the angels. It means that your angels are present at that moment when you see the 777. And it makes sense, because when you begin to practice in your spiritual life, your angels are always next to you, every step guiding you on the way. Yeah. So that you can live fully experience, yeah, all what you have learned before. 888 is the complete number. It also represents the infinite. Yeah, it is the completion of a cycle. It is the completion of your being. You can see 888 when you manage to solve a problem, for example, or when you have completed a lesson. Yeah, you have understood a lesson, you have completed it, so you don't have to come back to it. You had it. Then you see 888. And 999 is also a completion mode number. It is the mastery number. The number 9 is complete by itself. It doesn't need anything else than just to be. Yeah, this is more or less the energy of it. So this is a mastery number of completion. Yeah. And to finish, 000 doesn't mean nothing. So the next time you encounter a triple or quadruple sequence of numbers, please take some time to reflect. Yeah. Put your attention on what you were thinking about at that precise moment, because it is a divine guidance. It is a gift from the universe. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment. Your feedback is very important to me. Push the subscribe button. It helps a lot. Hope to see you next video and have an amazing day. Bye.